Начать запись. Так, всем привет. Сегодня у нас открылся наконец-то пролог Фонтейн. Так что погнали исследовать его. Так, а нам плыть прикольно, не знаю. Есть нам плыть. Погнали. Черепашки. Ну хотя бы не флаж. Это стоянка. Что у нас здесь случилось? Чё, куда?
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do! What do you think? Good idea!
Чё-то
Here
она
gave
здесь,
us lots
блядь.
of useful information. Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a... To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent...
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help...
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really...
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really...
Really? Like, a real trial?
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on... Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to quit...
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should... Wait. Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you...
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the opera house. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Фурина. Фурина. Ясно. Фурина.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon person. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has an...
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't...
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kind of...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise,
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright! I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House, but who knows how long making an appointment will take? Hey! What are you looking over there for?
Кто там? Опа.
Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she?
Латиночка.
Maybe we better go check on her.
Так, ну я забыл, что у них тут это все.
Hello there.
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried.
About many things, actually. But I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely... He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, but now, the water is gradually swallowing. It won't be...
Sorry.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are...
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from...
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We were just talking with your sister.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact...
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's... Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have...
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontейn when making new friends.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the opera house to meet the Hydro Archon.
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house late. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady
Yes.
Farina has come to see you.
Какие... Это не она. Это сама-то это. Да, ладно.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did...
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about
Ну,
us?
вообще, да, кому интересно вообще.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to... Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Вокалорс, это типа прозвище, ну что ли? То есть Фарина это настоящее имя, а Вокалорс это просто такая что типа.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about...
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that lady from...
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Oh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a... Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and
Huh. Yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. I'm getting a bit old.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler.
All right. Now that'll be worth...
Right. This is Fontain, after all. Such a grand opera house. It would be a pity not to use...
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too... Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object...
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun, but I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying...
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone come...
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here,
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
there. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got...
I thought it was pretty good.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seemed...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not but when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette.
Поговорить с тобой, чёрных, что ли? Съебалась женщина.
Just like that! She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny.
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, and speaking of performances, I would be...
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you...
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
Yeah.
About that... You asked me before. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sin... In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the sea. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that we hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, as a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is...
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to
Давай. Так. Жандарм. Ага. Жандарм.
What's this? Ah, so you also believe in the prophecy.
What? You mean you...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But the story says that people once lived in the ocean. As time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels and caps. So, if you ask me, when the water rises...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live on...
All right, I'll take it. I guess I...
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really... Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf.
I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all...
You should still take it. You never know.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontейn. Since we're out...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like, and we'll...
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember seeing...
Где?
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect romaritime flowers.
Гидра. Гидра. Не понял. Ебать. Ебать. Красиво. Значит.
Come on, don't keep me waiting.
Что еще можно сделать вообще? Прикольно. Что-то еще есть? Что это? Наркот. На всякий случай спешу. Прохожу тогда с тартаном. 20 шагов.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're inexperienced. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may...
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished.
So, we're going to the court of Fontейn before we head to the opera house? Good.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously... Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and a distracted audience is... Watch her movements carefully.
Спиздила.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Куда? Если я распорну портал Марин Фонтейн, что тут ничего нет больше? Нормально. Два часа спустя опять. Опа, стоять. Игра статуа. Сейчас вспомню народ скоро. Шпок. Что? Сука. Благословение Фонтейна. Мне надо гидра. Ну, конечно, на всякий случай.
Just what will we come across?
Хотя, по сути, можно так походить. Так, забыл уже. Читали.
This is the spot where Lenny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
И побежала.
Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. Anyway, I should be going.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to...
Oh, did you get hurt, Lenny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance.
You're right, you're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny...
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine.
Let's go.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around! People in
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being...
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Давай. Шарю.
Huh?
Right.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, that Paimon.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote...
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like... So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you, for example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is... Oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of...
So, what is the serial
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar, but the scariest part is that to this day, many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise...
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves... I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Да.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of... Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going. Okay. Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the...
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge. Paimon...
Что можешь? Заебись. Куда идти-то, блин? Ну-ка. А, серьезно? Уже проплыли? Я думал, дальше будем путь.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
Hmm? What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interrupt. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to...
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work.
Дождь пошел. Фонтейн, блин. Шибись. Нас атакуют. Бежим, бежим.
Looks like rain.
Вроде в Фонтейне дождь не должен идти, если не ошибаюсь.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, when I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky, "Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!"
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's all...
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative.
No trouble at all! Don't worry, we're on the case!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Что? Что, блядь? Что за... Чё? Пиздец, ты звание? Ну-ка. Ладно, пофиг. Ой.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Сейка на месте.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are.
Ah, these must be from Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them it, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run.
Whoa. So, is Linny actually loaded?
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money.
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really...
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power?
Ah, well, it's a little complicated. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type...
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts...
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that, but... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fun...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by...
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% to...
Huh?
It seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get...
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next.
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontейн. What are the chances?
Здорово.
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontейн?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here, either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our... Listen to me, boy. If you want Chamora, fine.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's...
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get... You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long.
Хорошо.
No time to lose. Shouldn't let your guard down.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhna?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand. Huh?
Now's my chance!
Хуёвый твой шанс, братан. Очень.
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision.
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone lose.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when do you feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't...
Maybe you losing control of your vision.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell in... It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing, and she was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to in my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all...
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my...
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of...
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered...
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No. It's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official
champion duelists? You mean it's their...
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by the champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself, so engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But and the worst case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused.
So, do many people actually get...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine, besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorend.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have the...
Huh? Your vision?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again.
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in...
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever. Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as well walk... Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but it's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it. Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? Linny said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus!
Я тут сюда зашел. Куда идти-то? Это лифт? В смысле? Не понял. Ой, блин. Давай сюда. А там сундук был, не случайно? Там сундук был. Что тут? О, это другая охрана появилась. Ладно. Давай третий этаж. Смотрим, что там. А, он рядом. А, сюда вот. Что делать? Подождите. Слышно? становится... Ну, то есть все,
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Erinias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontейn Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned new sightseeing opportunity. Human ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Интересно, что за там здание, блин? Такое большое.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to Lost and Found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide this trip. Thank you.
Ёпт. Я прочитал разделы. Перед оперным театром. Телепорт. Так, ну статую я, наверное, за кадра буду делать все-таки. Потому что видео скоро, короче, закончу. И у меня скоро дела будут. А стрим раньше не получилось начать, так что как видео запишу, так и стрим закончится. Жалко, конечно, но ладно. Стрим всего лишь на час, будет с чем-то. Да. Хотя обычно стримы больше должны. Думаю, для первого стрима сойдет. Потом как-нибудь, может, запишу побольше, чем сейчас. Потому что у меня сейчас скоро будет дело основное. Было бы вторник или в четверг, было бы поудобнее. Я даже, скорее всего, утром бы записал. Но обнова сегодня только вышла. Утром у меня были дела. Ну ладно. Я думал, ты корень, блять. Ты корень, блять.
Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child.
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our
I guess if they're our kid.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontейn. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Vache.
Что, блять? Что?
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
Сука, мы только приплыли, тут уже какой-то... Блин, только приплыли, уже пиздец какой-то.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here.
Lynette! You scared?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the...
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could... In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what? What does that...
Just answer me. When do you cry?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing their emotions...
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first. Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Lenny.
Подношение. Я не успел прочитать, сука. Водичка. Я в домике. Забраться надо полностью? Ладно. Блять, как это умеет, пиздец. Так. Ну-ка. Я так понял, это как Сакура с сумерским этим борделем. Или нет? Ну да, это какая-то награда, чё у нас тут? 5 уровней и все. Блять, вроде же открыли. Ладно. Так, ну давайте немножко поболтаем. Потом проверим, сможем мы плавать вообще или нет. И скорее всего закончим видео и потому что, как я сказал, дела у меня быть будут. Так что не получится даже хотя бы вообще записать. Начально, конечно, не ладно. Так, что у нас тут? О, привет. У них почти имена одинаковые.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking...
I can tell, judging by... But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is...
Билеты.
The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already...
Ooh, front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Куда именно-то? Вверх-вниз? По сути, вверх. Вниз, тайгер. Наверх могу? Могу. Так, если не ошибаюсь, там будет лет, или как его называют, а там Локалорс вроде. Так. Да, я могу с этого. А там уже кто-то сидит. И кто? Подожди, это он? Это он или нет? Что-то не понял. Ну-ка, кто? Да, это Давид или кто он, я не помню. Ладно, сейчас Скайрай скажет, кто он.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. Oh, you little...
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Oh! So you heard all of that, did ya?
Ну, очень тихо, очень.
Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting...
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be...
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney, then? Oh, this is getting more awkward, but nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived at...
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Teyvat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce my...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact a...
Wait.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual... And by the way, I should probably let you know, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become...
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and sad...
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparation.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real... Oh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Блять, что так летит просто на всю Ивановскую, это пиздец, я не пойму.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay
Да,
quiet.
конечно.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a...
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just...
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers perform... So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with... Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the...
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Oh, and before I forget, you never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to...
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But in which case, I have ample time to make all necessary. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one, please. If my assistants could bring out the magical box. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. One is here. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. Now please, everyone pay very close attention.
Wow! How's he gonna... Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! Please, come forward. My assistant will take you I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully... You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strain... If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up.
Oh.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to add. Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep... I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on... Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds...
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58! That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll...
54, 53, 52? Why aren't you counting, Neverlet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting, merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or...
40, 39! Mr. Linney, are you all right in there?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone...
25! 24! What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's...
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have...
19! 18! 17!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of...
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Вот это пиздец. Что за пиздец?
Is this part of the show? Mr. Linney, you're going to use magic to fix the stage.
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the egg...
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linney's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, The guards have confirmed. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the...
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before!
I know the truth. I can see through the... I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearance...
Huh? Why me? This whole...
No. This all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared, now that I think about it. That whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing...
That can't be right! How come Lenny... He was in the box on the stage the entire time! We can even... Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances! He couldn't possibly mean catching himself!
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates?
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might...
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like...
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what... That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped... Then there's no problem at all. You know, but with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser.
Huh? It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric... Are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth. Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects, and the audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlet...
Linney!
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witness...
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could to hear? I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I asked for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear. I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our...
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linney.
I suppose you're right. The truth be... 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, we should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards.
All right, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see.
You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfect.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes, if anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows?
Блять. Давай следуем.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind... Wait! But I'm not sure...
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with...
See? I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murder...
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the numbers?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a...
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so...
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same... I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance. In other words, Linny knew who...
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's back...
Это что надо, что ли? Ты что? Есть. Ну как? Тут же вроде бы... Ладно.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens, if you find any new and interesting...
We don't have too many thoughts. The thud? Oh!
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly... It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So no one paid it... I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope.
But wasn't the noise we heard too loud?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough... Oh, that's true.
That does remind Paimon, though.
Кстати, а звук точно же бог. Так.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us.
Не понял. Ладно. Так, с кем еще поговорить? У нас осталось только это. Вот один из трех. И еще один.
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered primes. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the... Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontейн who's made a bit of a name. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House. But she'd been feeling some... The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked at... Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all. Which magic...
Were the victims of previous...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young...
Okay, then.
No need to be so formal. If you... It is of utmost importance that we...
Где еще-то? Я же вроде все исследовал. А, видите, можно туда. Уходить же не можно. Можно? Можно.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various...
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle?
Well, I am the second generation president.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to...
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just no...
Okay, if you say so. Not...
All merely trifling details. Never mind. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so too. That's what... But how did you come to that...
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled... Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charge. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And...
Sounds more like you just don't...
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting. All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial
well...
And Why would that be? See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that no matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, that if that can be done, boss.
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint—
Wait! Since when did we become assistant?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be in— You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish—
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something—
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if— Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out, so the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing,
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful. We checked everything of note. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring—
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat—
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just
You've arrived.
Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem— Sorry, I got a little carried away there. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by—
Oh, new helpers? I would be—
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the—
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box. Prepare— But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand them.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're—
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic book.
I knew you'd figure out most of— The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the—
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements and—
Right! You were talking that that whole time. And you even came out for a moment near the—
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began—
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh,
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change, and that's my favorite part of this trick. Only—
So that's how it all worked. Wow.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel, and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear and—
Thanks, everyone. We're counting.
Так, ладно, давайте, наверное, закончим на этом. То что-то я уж все-таки долго просижу. Давайте, всем пока, до скорых встреч.